Utit, harvest, granaries.
She also Renenutet also appears in that series, in her full like hippopotamus form. So like I didn't like the Moon Knight series because it had a lot of stuff wrong, but it did shine a light on a few of the nectars that we don't get to see a lot.
Food protection. Shy, fate as allocation. Think, climate control plus resource distribution. City, craft, and industry gods. These gods exist because cities exist. Ptah, Memphis, creation through thought and craft.
Yeah, Ptah's another name, and I hadn't really thought of him just being associated with the city, but I had always seen him as a larger scale deity because of his association with thought. But I guess it depends on whether it went from being a localized deity to more national deity. And even Ptah is kind of given, in some myths, given a larger role as being the creator, even within that system.
Soka, funerary industry, necropolis logistics. Tatanen, primordial earth rising, foundations. Kentiketi, local kingship guardian. Banebd Jedit, ram god of Mendes, virility plus authority. This is where Kemetic theology quietly becomes urban planning. Protective deities and household guardians. These gods are everywhere, just not flashy. Biz, childbirth, sleep.
So Bess is another one of those gods that he's important because, they ward off evil. This is how they kept evil spirits away. By making some little small offerings to the right deity who, for specific times. And there was a lot to protect children, women, young women, women who were pregnant, all that stuff was
Warding
taken care of
chaos.
by gods.
Taweret, pregnancy and infant survival. Hekit, birth magic and transformation. Mafdet, venom, scorpions, execution. Renenutit, also overlaps here.
Right.
These are the most used gods, not the most famous ones.
Because these were practical gods. These were like everyday people gods. You weren't necessarily reaching out to them to change your life, but simple things like being safe, having protection. That's why you would go to like Bess, right? And they were easy to please gods, man. They didn't want a lot. Or Nectars. Force is what they were, right? So if you stayed good with them, that typically meant good things were going to happen to you in terms of like your own protection.
Serpent, cobra, and crown powers. Egypt loved snakes for a reason. Wadjet, Lower Egypt, royal uraeus. Neckbed.
Yeah, the uraeus. With these serpent gods, like they were on the crown. So when you hear them talk about the uraeus, they're actually talking about the crown. So both of these, the upper Kemet vulture crown and the lower Kemet, when you have rulership over both, you got to wear the one crown, right? That was it. Like we see LeBron putting on his crown, that's what it meant, was unification of the two lands. So the serpent gods always had particular importance.
Upper Egypt vulture crown. Renenutit, protective cobra, nourishment. Mayhen, cosmic serpent protector of Ra. Apep, chaos serpent. Snakes equals life force, danger, sovereignty, and cosmic threat.
Like snakes were everywhere, and you see some snakes, some serpents were good, some were evil. So there wasn't even like an inherent, like serpents are going to be bad. Even with the cobra, right? They didn't see the animals in that respect, and a lot of times serpents were thought of as bringing a lot of particular wisdom. So that was kind of the importance of the serpents, and it's kind of throughout it. You can see on the crown, on the royal markings, you always see some form of a serpent or particularly a cobra.
Gate guardians. Horizon and cosmic gates. These entities guard cosmic transitions, not rooms. Acre, twin lion horizon guardian, sunrise sunset gate.
That's a pretty, the next time when I go through the deeper dive on this, I'll talk about these two and bring up the imagery, because that's an important symbol, and you'll see it all the way and probably didn't even know you were necessarily seeing that.
Ruti, dual lions of yesterday tomorrow. Shu, atmospheric separation at world boundaries. Function. Access between sky-earth duat. Gate 1. Gatekeeper, seer. Guardians, fire-breathing serpents. Requirement, knowledge of Ra's names. Gate 2. Gatekeeper.
Like you see, they're giving you like there's 12 gates in the underworld. right? This is important. I think probably as important as anything else. There's 12 gates in the underworld. Some of these we know what knowledge you have to have going into it, so you can know right off the bat whether you're getting through. It's never brute force. You're never in a fight. It's not